When I came to Canada 10 years ago, never would have imagined that I could work on Parliament Hill. And the parliamentary internship for the environment really opened the door for me. And now I know that I can be a change maker for Canada's future. Hi, my name is Coco Wong. I was previously a parliamentary intern for the environment, and I'm currently a law student at Lincoln Alexander School of Law. I grew up in a coal mining town in a northern part of China. And my grandparents and my father, they all worked in coal mining because that is the main industry of our hometown. And I think that is my first interaction with an environmental issue, being mining, resources, and also just the pollution that comes with the operations. I remember my dad always talking about how there's the river that they used to play with, when they were growing up, and now as I'm growing up, the river is so polluted that I could never go in. So that was my first interaction with an environmental issue, and realizing, a political decision or a policy decision could make such a significant impact on the environment and people's lives. And that's really what drove me to think about the complex environmental issues, such as, economics, resources, community development, and also pollution that comes with it. So as a newcomer to Canada, politics and democratic engagement were exciting to me, but really distant as well. So I understood at the time the power inherent in political decisions and policymaking, but I didn't really have the guidance to get involved. And the idea of diving into the intricacies of policy, especially related to the environment, felt daunting and really out of reach for me. So I took the leap and joined the parliamentary internship for the environment program, hoping to just make even a small difference. I've always felt that Parliament is, nowhere that I could ever work in, let alone be a representative. Being, an immigrant and someone who doesn't see myself reflected, my identity reflected in politics often. I think that opportunity to work on the Hill and also to see the behind the doors of decision making really allows me to understand how Parliament works and also envision myself in Parliament, which I think is a really powerful experience for any young person, particularly for people who want to enact change in Parliament. And I think that experience will be something I take with myself everywhere I go. So being one of the first interns with a Senate placement, it was not only an eye-opening experience, but also an opportunity to pave the way for change. Helping to establish the Senators for Climate Solutions group, I realized the profound impact that one can have behind the scenes in politics. And the layers of bureaucracy and governance, it really began to make sense to me. So the past summer, I was working for the Canadian Environmental Law Association as a summer student. And the organization held lunch and learn sessions where everyone can just provide a workshop on whatever insights they like to bring to the rest of the team. And I thought about, the experience that I had in the Senate through the parliamentary internship for the environment. And I thought it would be really useful to bring some of the insights that I gained, I think more of the behind the doors and how decisions are made and what kind of resources that you should look out for to better advocate for the communities or the policies that you're working on. And even though there are very, senior lawyers in the team or folks that are very experienced in, advocacy and policy, they found the workshop super helpful because I was able to provide, a list of items that were happening on the day-to-day. I was able to provide kind of analysis on partisan dynamics, even within the Senate and the House Commons. Also, there are just so many decision makers and entities that are so critical to the functioning of Parliament that were unknown to a lot of people. And I think that is why this kind of experience that parliamentary internship for the environment provides is so unique because most people who work outside the scope of the parliament understand what it does and understand what may goes on day to day from news and social media. But when you really work within the government, you understand not only the role of parliament, but also the critical aspects that the public or the folks outside of parliament do not know. And I think that is the most critical knowledge that this experience brings. After diving into the world of law and environmental regulations, I really found myself sharing the knowledge that I'd acquire from the program. So thanks to the PI program, I've been able to pass on my invaluable insights about navigating the federal parliament and just navigating politics in general. And today, I'm not just a learner, but also a guide, I think helping others decode the complexities of our system for a cleaner and better future.